heard something. Movement. Headed toward the house or along the rim north.
See him. Nice shot.
Ooh.
Dude, that was awesome.
Did I get both of them?
You got both of them.
Since the dawn of video game creation, mankind has had trouble deciding whether to play on a PC or a console. What if all were welcome? Is there a place where these two can coexist? Unfortunately, this is not Ancient Aliens. This is the Game Fix Show.
All right, partner. You know what time it is.
Let's go crazy! Crazy!
Oh, hello. Welcome to another edition of the Game Fix podcast. I am Spanish.
And I am Verlaine. You can check out our website, gamefix.ning.com, and our streaming usually happens here if you're watching live, twitch.tv/gamefix. If not, Mixer, sometimes we do some gameplay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like we did, what you saw at the beginning of the show. That's what we did. But we also, if you want to follow us and see what we do on a daily, please follow us on our social media. At Game Fix Show. Pretty much you can just go to any social media, Facebook, Twitter, and just search that and you'll find it. So that's pretty simple. Also, if you are going to any Wizard World in the coming future, I believe the next one is the end of the month. I believe that's right. But if, really, at this point, any Comic-Con Wizard World for next year too, if you are going and you purchase tickets online, all you need to do is type in Game Fix Show in the coupon code area, and you're going to get 10% off your admission ticket to the show. Pretty easy. So
Yes.
Use it or lose it.
But do not abuse it.
Well, you could abuse it. That's fine. Actually, in this case, abuse it. I think we're okay with you abusing that.
Fine.
Just to save you money. I'm into it. Yeah, fine. Pass it to your friends. Give it to your cousin. Give it to your mom. So
You can give it out for Christmas presents.
that would actually,
Just write our code on
that
paper.
is great. You all you need to do is type out like a card and say, "Merry Christmas. Here's 10% off your ticket price." What a great gift!
I'm not
What a
buying any
terrible
tickets.
gift. That would be awful, actually. Don't do that. Okay. Anyway, this show is packed. There's a lot to get to. I know there's some games that we've been playing that we need to definitely kind of get into. Also, some news on the SNES Mini,
SNES.
the Classic Edition, the SNES, yes, and also is. Oh wait, real quick! Happy birthday to Mortal Kombat 25. How about that?
Congrats. And happy Columbus Day. I celebrated by going to my neighbor's house, killing everybody in there, and then selling it to somebody else.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
how I
exactly what
celebrate.
Christopher Columbus did.
That's what I
So
did.
that's you definitely celebrate correctly. Well,
I can,
okay.
you know what, that was, I will also make that my Mortal Kombat celebration.
Okay. Yeah, you might as well. It might as well just all go together at once.
2 in 1.
You know. 2 in 1. 2 in 1 is all you need. That's all you need. Okay, well, there's a lot to get into. We're also going to play Thing or Not a Thing if you're not familiar. Really, there's a lot going on, so we kind of want to do a rapid fire and just kind of get our opinion out there. And we want to know what you think, too. So if you're in the chat room, please, let us know. If you're not listening, if you're not watching or listening to this live, and you have downloaded it, thank you, by the way. You can throw us a line on Twitter. And we will we'll talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Let's talk it out.
But before, we'll talk it out. Before we do all of that, we're gonna do like we generally do, and that's what we've been playing this week. And I think a lot is the same for us.
Yeah, it is.
So let's get into the biggie, because I believe it was released on PS4 before you guys got it. It was like more of those, and then a little exclusive, if you will. It is actually Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did get a chance to play. I know as well as Verlaine did. Well, I want to hear what you think about it first, because I know that you're into these games, and so I want to hear your thoughts, because it's a new one. Gameplay seems kind of the same, but I want to see what your thoughts are.
All right. So I used to compare. I used to compare Battlefield 1 with Battlefront. It was just, to me, it felt the same, and I couldn't explain it, and we've discussed it. Like, there's just something about it. It's just different than Battlefield was. This one feels like Battlefield 1, just reskinned with Star Wars. Just the feel, the mechanics of the game, and when you're playing, like how, I played the first one a lot, and I was not a fan of how they did the hero powers, or getting the tokens that would randomly spawn. I like the old way where you see a vehicle, you get in. Randomly, you would just be assigned. You would die, and then when you spawn, it would be random, and they'd just be like, okay, hey, you can spawn as Luke Skywalker right now or not. So then most people would say yes, and then you die, and then another random person. It was random. It had nothing to do with anything. The way they're doing this game, I don't like it at all. The graphics are great.
Oh yeah, it's a point system.
Yeah, the graphics are great. It reminds me of the old Battlefront with Naboo and the first 3 trilogy movies. Yeah. I wasn't a fan of the level they let us try out, where it was just pretty much one straight line. If anybody plays Battlefield 4 or any Battlefield, they always have those levels where it's just, you're just plowing through the other team. It's like a hallway, usually inside, and there's just essentially one way straight, like forward and back, and you're just pushing to see how far you can get. That's what this one felt like. The point system is, I don't like it. It seems like something that's not going to be fair in about 2 months. Because I was playing, and there was not one time that I got enough to do anything special, because it was hard to kill people. I mean, that's my fault, I guess, getting used to how it works. But even it amounts to pretty much the better players and the people who've played longer and have memorized the maps and know what to do are going to get those points and are going to get the heroes more. And dude, I was playing games where one person somehow got 5,000 to become Darth Maul, and they were Darth Maul the entire game. Killed everyone.
Everyone.
So, and I never got that, so I don't know what his weakness would be. If it's, I would see people play Rey on my team sometimes, and it wasn't very long. I don't like the point system, man. The card system is stupid. They give you cards that, make your character better, but it can only go on certain characters. Right. You have a sniper specific trait card, and the power might be sweet, hey, you're undetectable and all this stuff, but you can't put it on any other class except for sniper. So why even have the cards? Why not make it a level up? You level up a certain amount, and then you just get that ability.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Okay. Well, as you know, the way I like playing games is especially when it comes to a game like a first-person shooter. I don't like to go in there at level 1 and be behind. You know what I mean? So I don't want to go in there and there's people that are level 50 and I'm just getting my ass kicked everywhere.
Yeah.
I enjoy a game like I was gonna say StarCraft. Well, I guess that would be up there too, just like that too. But I was thinking Overwatch, because everyone is on the same playing field. Everyone's in the same level, no matter what. All you're unlocking are skins and and dances and whatever. But everybody, as far as the battle goes, everyone's on the same playing field. So like with a game like that, excuse me, with a game like that, it's very. I want it to be. I want it to be even. I'd rather go in there and everyone had the same, even playing field, and then we just go. Obviously, I know it's Star Wars. There's hundreds of thousands. I would imagine there's hundreds of thousands. It's either, the weapons, the vehicles, the heroes. I was the Wookiee. I was
Chewbacca.
yeah, Chewbacca.
You
And
can do the
that
sound,
was
but
my-
you
that was
can't
my
think of his
Chewbacca.
name.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name, but that was my Chewbacca. Do you like it?
Yeah.
There it is. I went in there and he has his like I don't even like that
Bowcaster.
bow and arrow gun. I don't even know what to
It's a
even call it.
bowcaster.
What is it?
It's called the bowcaster.
Well, there you go. See, I kind of had it right. I was on the right track, but it looks like a crossbow is what it looks like. But it shoots like 4 at a time.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It was fun, but yeah, like you said, when you saw somebody as Rey, they didn't survive very long. I was Chewbacca, and I didn't last very long either. But then again, I'm not very good at the game. It really did feel like Battlefield to me, and that is a big problem because I do not like Battlefield, and it just feels like that type of game that would just frustrate the shit out of me. I, as you know, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. At the same time, I respect it. I get it. I know why people like it. I go and see every movie. I support at least that side of it. But when it comes to the video game, dude, I'm just not into it. With saying that, the one player campaign that they gave you, I know you didn't play that, right?
No.
You haven't gotten to that far. You should tonight. You definitely should.
I think it's
anyone
over
else
today.
should too. What's that?
I think it ends today.
Okay,
Or
well,
it ended,
right after
or
this,
will.
go
I'll
do
try.
it.
I'll try. If it's up, I'll do it.
Yeah, it does end today. You're right. Well, what it gave you is you had a choice between a robot. I can't remember the name of the robot for the life of me. But you were also you could be Darth Maul as well. And what it was you had to kill 25 enemy, and it gave you like 20 seconds to get through it. That it's kind of ridiculous,
was
but
like a
every time you
challenge.
kill someone, it gives you an extra 3 seconds on
Okay.
the timer. So you just keep going, and as you kill, you boom, 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 boom. The best thing about one of Darth Maul's moves is he if there's a group of people, he can like lift them up and throw them all and kill them all at the same time. So you kind of have to time that right to get it. I did it in about a minute. I think it was a minute 2. I'm sure it's not that fast. I played it a few times. The worst I was like 2 minutes. So I feel like that was okay. With the robot, I played it and I was terrible. I died really quickly and the timer ran out before I killed it. It was just bad. With Darth Maul, you could go fast. You could throw your lightsaber. There's so many things you could do with him. And I found him to be a little more easier with that than that of the robot. So yeah, I'm not buying this game. I'm not.
I don't.
It's not for me.
Unless they have like the where you can go from land to space, that transition that they used to have.
But last time they had that was what?
That was the newest one. Like I was playing it. I get them confused because I played on like every system. I played on PlayStation 2 and PSP.
Okay.
And it was a matter of a cutscene. Like it was a fast cutscene, so it wasn't even like animation. It had nothing to do with zooming, but the cutscene was such an easy transition and fast that it made it feel like you were really just. It was all real time. Unless they put that in there and go back to how it was, then screw it. Like that's what they needed last time, and they didn't do it. They're screwing up. It's almost like they don't want. Like the only thing they have with this game is the heroes. So they're making it impossible to become the heroes, or just inconvenient and not fun. You could play hero battles, but then that's only like 3-on-3 or something like that, 5-on-5. Like it's they should just do it the way it should be done. If you're going to be in a vehicle, run up to the vehicle and jump in the fucking vehicle.
I agree.
So
That would
I
be
don't
a
know.
Battlefield thing, though.
Yeah. Well, that's
Maybe
what they used to do in Battlefront. I mean,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
see a vehicle, you just take off.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it either. But before it releases, I'll get that fuller trial from EA Access. I still I don't know. I might skip out on it. I don't know. It depends on how many heroes. Like the first one,
You got to try it.
I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna buy it unless there's tons of Jedi heroes. Like they had fucking Luke Skywalker was the only good guy with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
That was stupid. Like, I don't want to play with a bunch of dumb third-rate characters with targeting. Like, I want Jedi. Like, there are plenty of them they could have taken and used, and they didn't. So yeah, whatever. Battlefront 2 coming out soon.
Just real quick, I have been playing more Cuphead. It's still really hard.
Yeah, I bet. I played some.
But it's fun. It's fun, dude. It's so much fun. But the game that we really want to get into is actually, if you're watching this live, you saw the intro that we played, and it was a clip of actually Verlaine and myself, and we were playing some Fortnite, and we as we were creeping up around that giant lake that's kind of in the somewhat in the middle of the map. There was a couple of bogeys across from us, and Verlaine took them out with a grenade, which was great. It was one shot, 2 kills. I love that.
Yeah, it was
1 shot, 2 kills. Eat your heart out. And this game, okay. Let me start on this game.
No, you have to, because remember, last week I played this game and I was describing it, and you never played it. So I'm very glad that you tried it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I got into it. It's a free download. It's 1 versus 100. Everyone's kind of on their own, unless you play teams, which we've been doing. You can play duos. You could play 3 or 4 a group. Which is, I don't know which is easier. I think to have backup is always easier.
Yeah,
we've gone a lot.
When you do the group, if you have a full group of 4, even if you don't know them, it makes your odds. I mean, that's 3 less people that you have to worry about.
Right. Well, that's true. That's a good point. So I got to play it, and we've really been playing it almost every night.
Yeah.
And dude, this game, and the fact that this is free, I don't feel like I need anything else, because you know me, dude, I'm not into zombie games. I don't really care for zombie games. But a survival game, I'm in 100%.
And
this
it's not
game,
even a boring survival.
What's that?
It's not even like a boring survival. It's just
there's some lulls, but it really, you get through each game in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It kind of forces you to get through the game faster, which I do enjoy. Because I play Don't Starve and stuff, and I love that the survival type of game. With this one, I mean, it's just survival of your life. I mean, you're just running around and just hoping you get the first shot before the other guy does, and it's last person standing wins. I love the feeling. I don't know what it is, but I love the feeling of like when you and me we're just kind of like in a room, kind of waiting for someone to just open the door.
Yeah.
That feeling to me is like, it's a rush, man. Like I'm like sitting there and I have the gun pointed, right? And I'm just looking at it and I'm just waiting, and then like they might not even come to the door. Yeah. But every once in a while you get that one that does it and you just unload, and like it's such a good feeling. It really is, that game, for some reason. It's such a great feeling to take somebody out. I don't know.
Because it's not like a normal game. Like you're treating your life like you're done. Like once you're dead, you're done. And there's other games that are like this that are out there, but this one is fast. The graphics are smooth. I mean, I'm talking fast. Like you get into games like this game they did it right. There is no wait time. Like when I first played it, I'm like, dude, once I die, I hope I don't have to fucking stay in the server. You never have to stay, But disconnecting, sometimes you lose. Like in Friday the 13th, if you die and leave the game, you don't get any experience. They want you to wait out the entire game, even if you're the first one dead, which is stupid. This game, it's meant to, like,
Keep
once
going,
you die,
let's go.
get the hell out, go into the next game. It's intense. It is. It's such a simple game is intense. You need, like, this is more teamwork than Overwatch, because this is like, we have to live. You don't want to go being Rambo and gung-ho. Like, we see enemies sometimes and choose not to attack them.
Dang.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you can't, there is no, like, cues like in normal shooter games. You have to use your senses.
Yeah.
If you can't see, like, if you can't see them with your eye, then you can't see them. There is no outline. You don't see their gamer tag above them. There's nothing to indicate that someone's visually there. And there's nothing that pops up on the radars when they shoot their guns. It's all audible. Like, you have to listen, and it's great. I mean, even those times where we're in rooms, you could hear the people around you, you know, and, like, searching other rooms around you. I'm glad you like it, dude. I really am. I mean,
Dude, I do.
This is great.
Yeah, it's a third person game, so it's a little different. I have a feeling that if it was first person, I'd probably be a lot better at it. I don't know. I always kind of have that feeling that, man, like, if it was just first person, I could see them before they saw me or something like that, you know. But I don't know. But, like, at the same time, you know, obviously they would be in first person too.
Right.
So that there's that. But
I don't think they would be like,
enjoy playing it.
I don't think people would be as, like, patient if it was first person. Like, when you're crouching and hiding in a room in third person, you could see around corners, you could rotate the camera and see things without coming out. In first person, if you're hiding, there's no way to see unless you pop out. And I don't know. I mean, I would play it either way. I think it's great, and it's always going to be free. Even the zombie part is going to be free soon. What you're paying for when you pay for, like, the Founders Pack is just access to everything early, and you're able to play the game early. So it's almost like a preview program. But eventually it's going to be free to play. This is going to be free to play. They're about to start adding, you know, experience points, leveling up, stuff like that. And be glad we play it on Xbox One, because the PC version, there's so many cheaters. Like, I was watching some videos. There's aimbot, where they're shooting you from across the map. There's a dude. One dude was teleporting. Like, he would just, like, somehow know where somebody was. He'd pull out this one gun, and all of a sudden he'd be, like, right in their face and just kill them. And then he just kept skipping around the map doing that.
Jerk.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I'm actually glad you mentioned that, because there actually is something that was just kind of released a couple days ago. Fortnite has banned thousands of battle royale cheaters, thousands of them. And if you notice, right when the beginning of the game, when you load it up, it really says pretty plain that they have zero tolerance for cheating.
Yeah.
If you're cheating, you're gone. You're gone forever. They ban you for life.
Yeah.
This is real, man. I was kind of going to save it for thing or not a thing, so let's just do that early. Is that a thing or not a thing? I'd say it's a thing.
I mean, it's a thing. It's the new thing now, where companies are realizing that their communities are what keeps them alive. If you're just going to have a game, and then after all your DLC is released, if you're going to bail on it, well, they're going to bail on it, especially when the server eventually, and this is mainly PC, is just filled with people who are hacking and glitching, and I've been to it. I've went to games that were like 7 years old, went into their multiplayers. If they still exist, it's not the same. You know, I mean, they alter everything, and it's just weird. But games like Overwatch and Mortal Kombat, they stuck with the community, and the community sticks with them. But then you get, like, things like the toxicity in Overwatch, which, if left unattended, will make everybody leave. I mean, look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I'm sure most people who don't play Call of Duty anymore don't do it because of their experience with all the hackers, the griefers, the campers, and a lot of those people are cheating. You know, people, it's hard to detect somebody that has aimbot when you're playing Call of Duty. You know, it's not the easiest thing. companies now are saying, you know what, fuck it. Like, guess what? We're not going to be nice to you anymore. We're not going to say, oh, we're going to give you a 24-hour suspension. Or some companies were taking cheaters and they would put you all on, they would let you play the game, but you would play a game on a server with a bunch of cheaters. Like everybody, it's like you're in the bad neighborhood. That still isn't good enough because eventually they get out of there. Telling them to fuck themselves and that we don't need you and we don't give a shit, like that's what they need to do. That's what Overwatch does. That's what Fortnite is doing, and it's gonna make the game last longer.
Yes, I agree. You did mention Battlegrounds. There is something that actually they've kind of hit a high as far as players in the game. They're saying right now that the actual active players, because back in it was September, late September, or like a couple weeks ago, there was a they were up to like 1.5 million, something like that, active users. At this point, they're at 2 million.
This is concurrent users,
current
means
users.
2 million.
And the funny part about it all is current Steam users is just under 15 million. So 2 million of those players are playing player unknown Battlegrounds.
Right. All at the same time. So you have 2 million people playing the game actively, like not just, 2 million players,
Right, like 2 million people has downloaded. More than 2 million people downloaded, I'm sure.
Right.
But like,
the game probably has like 20 million players, but 2 million
I mean, Dota
at the same
Dota
time.
2. Let's take that for instance. I mean, that's a giant when it comes to PC. People play Dota all the time. It's that's under 1 million, not even actually under 800,000.
That they've never had more than that playing on the servers at once. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, good for them. That PlayerUnknown's Battleground is what Fortnite and the Culling and all those games are. Like that's the biggest one. Essentially, this all started in Minecraft. People started making those survival Hunger Game maps, and then PlayerUnknown made his own game, pretty much doing the same thing. With that, took off, fantastic. Never played it. I'm interested. It looks cool, like it's pretty, and you could drive and stuff. But from what I hear, is there's nothing that brings everybody together. So I can go on one side of the map and just sit and camp. And if they don't find me, I can stay there forever, which brings me to this concurrent shit. How many people have like maybe 2 or 3 sub-accounts parked inside of a server?
Oh, yeah.
How many? And I played a game called Unturned. It was like, just look it up. It's like this. And what happens is when there's no like nothing to bring people to force them to end the game, like in Fortnite, they have the storm that brings everybody in. What happens is you log onto these servers and there's guys who have played forever and have all this good items and sniper rifles, and they know the spawn points of the new people and they camp them. So what happens is you spawn, boom, you're dead. You spawn and try to run, boom, you're dead. Like it's for me, it doesn't work. And for me, seeing the difference on how Fortnite does it, like quick, and how like I think the culling is kind of like Fortnite, but the culling's only like 6 people, 6 versus 6 or something stupid. Yeah. It doesn't bode well with me. Like I think it's almost going to be 2 different games, because you know how you like the survival games. PlayerUnknown seems like it's a game where it doesn't have to be a survival like a Hunger Games. It can be a Minecraft as long as you want to play. And as long as you don't die, you can live forever and play for very long. So just with that aspect, if that's a real aspect, which it looks like, the videos I've seen, like you seem to be able to like, we can be in a group and you can form your squad and you're all on one server driving around just like daisying people and all this stuff.
That's a good analogy.
That's it, then these 2 games are going to be really different. But 2 million people, I mean, look, those games are popular, I mean, I can see it. I don't know. It's coming out soon for Xbox One, so I'll at least try it.
At least try it. Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely have to give it a go, especially after playing Fortnite, which is kind of an animated version of it. I would imagine, the way it looks.
Yeah, but they did what Overwatch did
I
also.
like that
with the graphics. Yeah, if you keep the graphics simple, not stupid and like Nintendo like lack of power, but make them kind of like sleek, half cartoony but still realistic. Like you can put more power into the game, into getting people into the fucking servers faster. There's less to load. By the way, one more thing about that game, I hope they add other maps.
I hope so too.
At least one.
It's getting kind of boring. I know.
No, it's not.
We always have like the same spot.
We do though. That's good. Because I start to get to know the map a little easier.
Yeah, we're not telling where unless you got to watch our stream to know where.
Get the game and play with us. We'll play with anybody.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey, you know what? Let's talk Overwatch real quick. Real quick. Halloween.
I didn't play any Overwatch, but there is some good stuff in Overwatch.
Yeah, the Halloween Terror starts tomorrow, and with it, I'm assuming they're going to do what they did with the Summer Games, and all of last year's skins will be cheap, and then they're going to have a bunch of new skins.
The Frankenstein Junkrat.
Junkenstein.
I want that one.
So, I don't know if like what exactly they're going to do, if they're going to have another Junkenstein's Revenge kind of thing, which most likely they will, like an AI kind of thing, which was sweet and Uprising. But I've got some of the pictures for the leaked skins, which I don't think they're really leaked. But so have you seen them?
I've seen a few. I saw Symmetra. I believe you shared that one.
Yes. Symmetra's my favorite, but I'll go ahead. So you got May. May looks weird. She's supposed to be, I think it's translated to a jumping zombie monkey or something. I don't know. She has fangs, a blue getup. She's all right. Reaper looks kind of weird. He has his mask is a little different. And he doesn't have like a hood or anything over it, so it's like straight bald, almost like a hockey mask, but not really. And then he's wearing like a long leather cloaky thing. Zenyatta's pretty cool. He's a Cthulhu. He's got like the tentacle face and a hood. It's probably his sweetest. I think it's probably his sweetest skin. And and then my favorite, Symmetra. Symmetra looks awesome. I think she's supposed to just be like a demon or something. But Symmetra, the one you just showed, Zenyatta. It kind of looks like what's the character on Pirates of the Caribbean? Davy Jones. Oh yeah,
it kind of looks like Davy Jones, but no, the Symmetra one is the best by far. She's like Demon Symmetra. It's sweet.
Yeah. I like it. There's probably going to be a couple more in there. Heroes of the Storm's Halloween ones are. Heroes of the Storm has better skins for Overwatch characters. I've just noticed that. They have an undead
they look
Junkrat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead. Play it tomorrow.
Actually, those pictures, the heroes pictures are actually up on the website. James posted them up. So if you wanted to go see that, that's gamefix.ning.com. They're there for you to peruse and
they're there.
Yes. So real quick, I just want. Are you good with that? Anything else you wanted to mention?
No.
Cut you off?
No.
Okay, cool. There is something I want to get into real quick to kind of get your opinion on it. When it comes to VR and the future of VR with Microsoft, they are saying that Microsoft is not looking to distract, I say that in air quotes, distract developers with VR this year. Obviously, it's not something that they are like really pushing. I don't think it's that important to them, at least not yet. Your thoughts?
I think that, one thing, they're still working really heavily on the HoloLens. Like I see, what I see happening is Microsoft is trying to dominate augmented reality while PlayStation goes for virtual reality.
Yes.
That also doesn't mean virtual reality is not going to be on Microsoft. It just means their developers aren't going to be making games or equipment. So it's already been stated that it's going to have a port to plug in like the Oculus Rift, and that itself has its own developers making games. So that could be all they're saying.
That's true. That's a good point. The Microsoft Senior's Director of Product Management and Planning. That's a long ass title. Alberto Pinello. He did say, he says there's a ton of experimentation in VR. That's not designed to be a backhanded statement. There are obviously consumer products moving the problem into the display of your goggles versus the limits of your TV was the result of some of the 3D TV changes. But VR has much more potential. It is a viable consumer product for a certain size of audience. We learned with Kinect and the Wii that just translating a typical game experience to VR is not a winning strategy. It's the oddball VR specific stuff that makes it sing. It wasn't something we wanted to distract developers with this year. I mean, that's his whole statement.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
Well, I mean, he's the one that's the senior director of product management and planning for Microsoft, but go ahead,
now.
Why don't you?
For now, because Microsoft is notorious for taking their people and putting one dude somewhere, letting him wreck the shit out of that department, and then switching him over somewhere else.
That's a good point.
To even look, all right, everybody, and I love Xbox. I don't really dig too much of Microsoft's things, but you got this head saying that he's comparing the Kinect and the Wii to fucking virtual reality. He's comparing them. Hey,
I don't know
virtual reality.
He's just talking about the actual, like, the people that would buy stuff like that, because he mentions that it's for a certain size of audience. So he knows it's not the masses.
He was saying virtual reality is viable. But in that same sentence, he said, yeah, it's viable. It fits in the consumer homes to a certain number of people. Well, then that's saying it's not viable. It's got to be for everyone, not just a select few. Like, everything is viable for a select few. Look at the Tesla cars. Like, if you have enough money and want it, you're going to get it. That's stupid. For him to for him to compare the Wii U and the Kinect to virtual reality is retarded. They fucked Kinect. Kinect is good for other applications, but for games, I kind of dug it, but it was half-assed done. Like everything they do, it's half-assed done. P.S. Windows Phone is officially dead. Like they've canned it. This kind of scares me for their future. I mean, he might not know what the hell he's talking about, but I mean, we have played virtual reality. And that is the future of gaming. And for them to not pay any attention to that, it's stupid. It is retarded. Like, that's one thing. PlayStation, look, they might not be selling as many as they want to, but they're out there. You can buy them. And if you do, it is amazing. It's amazing. It's like the fucking
cool.
DeLorean of video games. That dude's a douchebag. I don't agree with it. And if they don't have virtual reality, I will not get the Xbox One X unless they say they have the HoloLens.
All right. Well, we have we actually have him on the show right now. Albert, apparently you're a douchebag. I'm just kidding.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Word on the street.
Okay. I think that's pretty funny. So I'm gonna get into thing or not a thing. You ready for this?
All
right. First thing on the list is something that actually people are pretty mad because there's none left because it was sold out in a day. The SNES Classic. Apparently, it was already hacked, and who didn't see that coming?
Yeah.
And you can put like 500 games on it now. Is this a thing or not a thing?
Depends on who you are. If you are one of those people who got this item, and you are somebody who is savvy with computers, and you're savvy with the internet in terms of finding these illegal ROMs, then yes, it could be a good thing. However, if facts B and C apply to you, you probably don't even need the Super Nintendo because you're playing these games and have been for years.
Ding, 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 ding. I totally agree with that.
So being a ROM player, when I look at a machine like this, if this mini was the actual Super Nintendo, the real one, but it had a built-in cartridge that had the games on it, that would make it worth something. But right now it's just a shell encasing what's in a lot of emulators right now. It's a shell encasing the same emulator as the Nintendo Mini. It's
okay. Well.
Look, I can't even find, like, I was thinking, like, if I had either one of them, am I gonna plug it into my TV and play it? No, I'm not going to do that.
I would. Why not?
Because I've played all these games before. Like,
Sure,
I
you
would
don't want to play them again?
No, but the second point is I can play them on my computer.
Oh, okay.
And I can take my laptop places already without having to plug it into somewhere else. So I've Nintendo switched the Super Nintendo system. That makes not too much sense, but in my head it does. So, yeah, and people getting mad that you didn't get one, fucking really? Like, you knew you weren't going to get one. Why would anyone be mad at this point? You should be like, oh, shucks, I didn't get one. I knew I wouldn't.
Okay, well, with that, Nintendo did mention that they will be releasing more during the holiday season. Is this a thing or not a thing?
I don't know. No, I don't trust them because they did the same thing with the Nintendo Mini and they released, half the amount that they started with. So, again, we're going to not... we have one more opportunity to not get the Super Nintendo Mini.
That's funny.
That's all that's going to happen. Like,
we have
they're
another
going to release not enough.
Not kidding. Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. What about you?
Right.
I mean, look, if I saw one and I had the money, I might get it just to put it somewhere as decoration. But that's as far as it would go. And still, like, whatever.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. How about this? So on... Where did I see that now? Here it is. So on the 17th of October, it's actually a big day for video games. Let me list this day and let me ask if this is a thing or not a thing. GT Sport for PS4, Elex for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Rogue Trooper Redux, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. South Park: The Fractured But Whole, PS4, Xbox, PC. WWE 2K18, PS4, Xbox One. Thing or not a thing? Is that a day? Is that a day?
I mean, WWE is the only thing I care about. South Park, but I don't even know what those other titles are.
Okay, fair enough.
I guess it's a day. It's a lot of releases.
It's a good day for video games that day. I'm telling you right now.
You heard it here second.
Definitely a thing. Well, speaking of WWE 2K18, yesterday, if you are a WWE fan like I am, it was Hell in a Cell. If you watched it, great. If you hated it, great. We don't care. That's not the show. But anyway, there was something in the middle of the show that actually I think it was like more at the beginning of the show. And it was something. It was an announcement about the new WWE 2K18. If I can spit that out, it was an announcement made by the general manager of Raw, Kurt Angle. You know who Kurt Angle is, of course. Yes. And this was the announcement.
I am thrilled to announce that WWE 2K18, in conjunction with KFC, will feature both myself and Colonel Sanders as playable characters in this year's edition of the video game.
Okay. So, with that, Colonel Sanders is a playable character in the new WWE 2K18. Is this a thing or not a thing?
It's a thing because it's weird, and not since the 90s have they done a promotion that involves like a Fred Durst in wrestling, kind of like bringing that kind of aspect to it. Granted, nowadays you can make anyone, so anyone they come out with, unless it's like I don't know, something totally like if they came out with Alien, it can be created already, so it feels kind of cheap to me. Like when the Terminator came, when he was in the last one, like you could just get, and they even give you all the pieces to the character, so you could have made him anyways.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And Kurt Angle,
I think
isn't he in all of them?
they give you the pieces for this too, so they do tell you that.
Right. So I mean, I wonder how he would wrestle, but I'm not really. That's not a good selling point. Kurt Angle. I mean, I don't know. Because the games that he's not in, people
the selling
make him
point
in.
is to get the get the early order on the game, the pre-order on the game, and then you get Kurt Angle. So, but with that, then they throw Colonel Sanders in there for the fun of it.
Yeah. I mean, go for
and
them.
also, I would imagine Kurt Angle probably has, or Colonel Sanders probably has Kurt Angle's moveset, because at the end of the commercial, he actually came out dressed as Colonel Sanders.
Oh my God.
So I would imagine, how they're doing that promotion with all these different comedians and celebrities dressed up like him. I think 2 pay-per-views ago, it was Dolph Ziggler. He came out dressed up as Colonel Sanders. So just something they're doing, but it's kind of funny. I like the crossover, and it's fun. I think it's fun.
I want chicken.
Who knows?
At least I got chicken.
At least I got chicken.
Next.
Right?
Leroy
Yeah, next. So apparently, people are really up in arms about the new Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. And when I say people, I mean Nazis.
And when you say
Nazis
up in arms,
mad.
you mean up in arm.
Up in arm. Yeah. When I yes, thank you. So Nazis, apparently they're still in the world. They're mad that there's an ad for it, and Wolfenstein put it out there, and it was "Make America Nazi Free Again." The point of that is because if you've played the first Wolfenstein, it was if the Third Reich actually, if they didn't fail. Okay, so it's Nazi America is really what it is, like really Nazi America. In this case, you're a guy in this game, and you go and you try to kill Nazis. That's what you do. If you've ever played Wolfenstein one day of your life, it's only been out for like decades. That's what it always was. It was always some guy that broke out of their prison, or at least some guy that's in the military, and he goes and he just goes on a Nazi killing spree. Why they're mad now? Is this a thing or not a thing?
This is a stupid thing.
Before I get too political,
like it doesn't. This somewhere down the line has to be just a big joke, because even a Nazi, just by definition, if you were a real Nazi, you would never ever think to like get offended like a pussy. Like you have nothing but hate in your heart. That's why
your heart
it's
out.
like I'm surprised there isn't a law that if I can prove you're a Nazi, I can kill you. Right? I mean, that's how bad it is. Look, it just doesn't make sense to be a Nazi and then have an issue with a game that is killing Nazis because you know what you are. And
well, everyone's offended in this country, so I guess I don't know.
No, you can't. There is, because that's it. It's not like Nazis are just a different race. Nazis are people that believe in what Nazism is. That even a word?
I don't know, but I know. Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? It's like a belief, and in fact, Nazis are like hippies. They're not real. There are no real Nazis around here, and I keep saying this like. The Nazis had all of the Nazis on the planet together and still lost. Give it up.
Well, Bethesda's VP of marketing, Pete Hines, he told that he was, when it comes, we don't feel it's a reach for us to say Nazis are bad and un-American.
Not at all.
And we're not worried about being on the right side of history. Because the game is completely fake,
Right.
They didn't win in the first place. So like, what do you worry? This is a completely fake, made up story. So what you're saying is, if you're offended by this, then you're probably offended by like fiction books.
And
Which doesn't
Captain
make any
America
sense.
movie.
Sure, Captain America punched Hitler in the face every show he did, and now you're mad at this game? Okay, all right. But they weren't mad. They weren't mad when they walked into in Call of Duty, when they walked into a airport, and you just took
airport
everyone
scene.
out and just mowed everyone down. That was fine. But when it comes to killing Nazis, it's bad. But like, I think the only reason why we're hearing that is because, you know, it's kind of a thing in our country right now that
Right.
apparently it's okay to be a Nazi.
But this is also going to prove that nobody gives it, like, at least we're, as dumb as society is still American. And
Yeah.
look, you can yell at me for laughing at retards. You can yell at me for like making fun of Jews. But when it comes to Nazis,
can't do that.
No one's going to, and that's the beauty of it. No one is going to. So, I mean, and it's dangerous because once this is solidified and nothing comes of it, because some stupid lawyer is probably like, this will get the news, I'm going to try to make a case for this, and then they realize that no one's going to deal with this, then I don't know, man. Nazis have no rights.
The joke that was on their Twitter account, the Wolfenstein Twitter account, actually, they kind of reappropriated the Trump slogan, the "Make America Great Again," and it was "Make America Nazi Free Again."
Yeah.
So I mean, it's actually kind of real now. Anyway, you know, that's what's kind of weird about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a thing. It's a thing.
It's
Definitely.
And everybody should buy Wolfenstein. In fact, the company should take a certain amount of money from the proceeds from the game and like donate it somewhere that kills Nazis.
It just takes them out. Terrible. I don't want to kill anybody, but
no, you want to kill Nazis.
You want to kill Nazis.
As hate-filled as my heart is, even I say kill the Nazis.
Kill the Nazis.
Kill the Nazis.
Oh.
Don't beat them up.
That's
don't
fine.
get them out of
But
the
if
country.
you're a Nazi and you listen to the show, thank you.
Look, put it this way. They're finding Nazis that are like 90 years old now and arresting them.
I know. Are they going to do anything? I don't know.
But I mean, I'm just saying they should get arresting to these guys who are saying, well, you know what? That's not even video games.
Like open about it. Yeah, yeah, I know. Anyway, video games. Getting back. It's too political. It's too political. Let's get back. All right, moving on. Horizon Zero Dawn, the new DLC, the Frozen Wilds, is actually going to sell for $20. Ooh, PS Plus subscribers like me can pre-order for $15. And it is coming out very, very soon. Is this a thing or not a thing? I'd say it's a thing.
Is this its first
it's due out
DLC?
December 5th. Yeah.
Is this the first DLC?
What's that?
Is it the first DLC for the game? Then it's a thing.
Yes.
And it comes out the 7th. The complete edition comes out December 5th. And that's going to be the base game with the DLC. So this is definitely a thing because this game was one of the greatest games made for PS4. This is coming out of your mouth.
Absolutely.
It is a very extensive game, and it's releasing the DLC. How long has it been? Like more than 6 months, right? This late to have its DLC is, I think, a smart move. It's a good time because people probably have already beaten the game and all this shit. And now you get to do it again. New campaign, new characters. I think you just have to have unlocked that land.
Yes. Yeah. The one thing I'm hoping, I don't think it's going to be a thing, and at least it won't be on this DLC. Nothing has even been mentioned. The game is strictly campaign. There's no online stuff. I'm hoping they make something eventually. This game would be a great game to play online. Right.
They were like hunters and prey.
Like a hunter. Like dude, I could see some really cool things about this game. Like, dude, I could see a game like Fortnite, but with Horizon Zero Dawn, like tactics and all that.
That'd be cool. If they threw in like wildlife.
Awesome. Yeah. Like all the machines and stuff.
Yeah.
Show. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm like, I've been kind of chomping at the bit. Like I need this game. I need this to come out. I can't wait Can't wait.
I can't.
All right.
I could wait a little longer.
You can wait a little longer. Okay. How about this? So apparently McDonald's did a partnership with a show on it's Adult Swim, right? It's on Adult Swim, yeah. Rick and Morty. Apparently, there was a big thing that Rick and Morty kind of brought back for a day. It was the Szechuan sauce. It's something that they've like really talked about during the show, and they kind of brought it back. And this was Friday, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Trying to get my days right,
something like that.
Yeah, but whatever. It was this past weekend. Yeah, and apparently there was it wasn't the greatest time. Do you know anything about this?
I know about what happened. I know about the event, but I don't know the sauce's incorporation to the show. Like what the fucking big deal is.
Okay. Well, I mean, you have to kind of watch the show to see.
Did McDonald's used to have this sauce?
They keep talking about that they want to come back with.
Oh.
At one point, they got in a because he has a time machine, and they go back and they try, and of course they come back and they're trying to get it back and all that, and they actually did it for a day. So you got to actually go to McDonald's, and it was a giant turnout. That's the best thing about it. Okay, people were dressed up in cosplay. Rick and Morty. It was like huge. The problem was that either the McDonald's didn't get a shipment of the sauce, didn't get enough of the sauce, or didn't even know about the promotion.
Well, that's if they're franchises that stuff happens.
It's participating stores only, I guess, in this case. Is this a thing or not a thing?
It's a thing. Obviously, nobody remembers that unicorn piss drink that Starbucks had and the debacle that ensued. I can't believe that people act this way towards fucking food. You do realize that even if you have one of those things, it will spoil and go bad. Those things aren't sealed, like airtight. Like, it's not going to be worth shit. The most valuable part is probably the wrapper on it. Again, what do people expect when somebody says to me, hey, listen, I've got 5 of these things, all right? Do you want to be in this group of 3,000 people and have a chance at it? I'm going to say fucking no. Like, no, why? Why am I going to wake up, especially for this sauce? Congratulations, Rick and Morty, for having so many good fans. I'm going to start trying to watch the show. I don't think it's bad. This is unnecessary. People were trying to sue McDonald's. Look, that shows how smart people are. You have zero case. Yeah. A weird promotion, semi-Nintendo move of them. Like, the whole point of the show saying and mentioning the sauce was to bring it back, not just for a day. Maybe they should have looked more into that,
Right.
But the fact that people were lining up for fucking sauce and getting their panties in a bunch for it.
Who cares?
What the
people have nothing else better to do. This is what they want to do. Yeah. It's a thing because people are stupid. I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah, people make it a thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Maybe they'll bring it back
exactly
by the holidays.
Speaking of people making things happen or making it a thing, apparently at at the New York Comic Con, Keanu Reeves was interviewed, and I guess there's a lot of mentions of a possible relaunch, reboot, whatever, of the Matrix series. And he did say something about remaking the Matrix. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know anything about it. He has no idea. This is something that is just completely fan talk. But is this a thing or not a thing if it's real? How about that?
Absolutely. To me, look, The Matrix, my favorite trilogy ever.
I love Matrix,
there is another trilogy. Like, it takes a long time, and they're probably doing it the way they did the last 2. They film it all at once. It might not be, whatever the fuck. But I'll tell you this. I am a huge fan of The Matrix. and I watched this documentary on the Matrix, and in the documentary, Keanu Reeves is being interviewed, and they ask him, they say, so, pretty much, are there going to be any more like movies made? And he says something to the effect of, Neo's story is done, but there is going to be more movies. It's just not going to be about Neo. Yes.
But yes.
So, and that was
I could see
a long time ago. They're going to.
Yeah, I could see spin-off. Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? That's what we do nowadays, is reboot movies. So hopefully it's a sequel. Actually, you know what? With The Matrix, though, it doesn't matter because it really would be a reboot. Because at the end of the series, they literally rebooted The Matrix.
Yeah.
So they could do whatever the fuck they want with The Matrix. Like that storyline, they could have all the same characters, right? But all different actors, and it would still make sense, and it would still be the Matrix movie.
Yep, I agree. It'd be sweet. It would be awesome.
Completely.
Yeah. So I would like to see that happen. I would like to see something happen with The Matrix. Obviously, I'm with you. It's definitely one of the best trilogies ever made, at least in my eyes. And not even just the trilogy, even the Animatrix was like a big part of it.
Yeah.
And wow, I mean, that was a lot of fun to watch. If you've never seen the Animatrix and you are a fan of The Matrix,
I don't think you can. Not.
What do you mean
you can't be a fan of The Matrix and not have seen the Animatrix
Well,
because of how much the
maybe you don't
Animatrix
know about
explains.
it.
Well,
yeah, I have it. I love it. The Animatrix was awesome. It explained a lot of the holes that, like, if you did watch the movie or the movies, you'd be like, wait, who is that guy? Or what? How did this happen? A lot of it is explained within the cartoons, the Animatrix.
that was one of the first.
Well, not only that, but it was also explained in all the Matrix games too.
Yeah,
So-
that was the first like real. I don't know how you would explain it, but the fact that the lore goes past the cinema, that was one of the first movies. Are you looking at God? Is God there?
I'm looking up in my Matrix game right now.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. It was one of the first movies that did that purposely made you have to check out other forms of media and other outlets in order to get the complete story on purpose. It wasn't like they made the movie and then let fans make up their story. Like, these were all like everything in the Animatrix was approved by the Wachowski brothers as canon to the Matrix. So
Yes.
yeah, definitely. Even though one of them's a girl now.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's a good point. That's okay. So they're the siblings now. They're no longer the brothers.
Wachowski
That's
sibs.
fine. Yeah, I don't care. That doesn't bother me a bit. That's fine. As long as they make another Matrix,
Yeah.
I'm in. All right. So there's that one thing I wanted to mention about some movie news. I got some movie news. The trailer for Justice League was released. Did you happen to see that?
Yes. I did
You
this
did.
time.
Awesome. I was afraid to ask because I wasn't sure if you saw it because I know you're not really big in DC. But okay, then I really want to know what you thought. Just the trailer. We don't really know much about the movie, but what did you think about the trailer?
I got a little excited for it. I almost had a full Marvel kind of feeling after watching it. I mean, it is a trailer, and they do show some cool stuff. I still have my reserves. The bad guys, I don't know who those. They're disposable bad guys, and I know like the Avengers had them, but the Avengers also had. I don't know how to explain it. Huh?
They had disposable bad guys in the Avengers.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like it's weird. Like, okay, Suicide Squad. Like, those enemies to me were just like a cop out, though they probably are real characters in the comic books, but they were like, like the putties from Power Rangers. Like, it didn't feel like even when they were ripping them apart, it didn't feel like those guys were even a threat. Does that make any sense? Either way, all right, look. It looks pretty chaotic of a movie. Showing Superman in the beginning was kind of
Well,
weird.
they didn't really show. Yeah, well, kind of.
Well, in the woods, right? I mean, not in the woods, in the cornfield. When she first sees him.
But wasn't that the other movie? Oh, maybe I'm not. Okay, I have to watch it again.
The trailer I watched, it was in the beginning. It showed her come out of her house and she saw Clark in the field, and she's like, "I knew you'd come back," or maybe he did it, and he said something about the ring. So that again, I would have just kept that and not shown Superman. They showed Ares. Is that who that's supposed to be?
No, it's Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf he looks like Ares.
Well, Ares was in Wonder Woman.
I never saw Wonder Woman.
Well, sorry. Now I gave it away. Maybe you should go see him.
No, I knew he was the bad guy. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, they already announced it. It's the cut scene that we never saw in Batman vs Superman. You know, when he was like kind of creating it or whatever. It was it was just it came out of the computer, but you saw this like being, and that's who it is. So it's him and his flying army, which flying bad guys in Batman vs Superman when he was going through his dream right before the Flash came out of the computer to say, I'm too early or whatever.
All right. Well, the movie looks like it might be fun to watch. I liked the combos.
Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman. Yeah, dude.
Look, I still have my doubts on whether Aquaman's going to be able to be a cool hero. Same with Cyborg. The Flash, I'm down with the Flash. I'm down with Wonder Woman, and I'm down with Batman. So we'll see.
Oh,
I'll see the
movie.
You
do like the new Batman. I know you're not you don't like Batman per se, like in what he stands for, but yeah, he's a pretty cool Batman.
Yeah, best Batman.
I think so. Well, okay.
No, in my
second
opinion, best Batman. No, you'd say Keaton, right?
Michael Keaton was the best Batman. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
I don't know. Movies.
He was the perfect Batman. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps her up in a bow. Verlaine, anything else you want to say before we say goodbye to the good people?
Ghost Recon Wildlands free play weekend this weekend, the 12th through the 15th. If you haven't played it, now would be the time because they're about to release that PvP thing that they had. And we never mentioned that the Nintendo Switch, they're going to be making more for the holidays.
That's right.
They say they're going to make...
Yep.
So they put it like this. We're going to pump out 2 million a month. There's only 3 months left in the fucking year. So they're going to make 6 million more.
Yep.
How many do they start with? How many people are there? And is that even enough, really?
It's what they do, dude. It's what they do.
Not like this. Not like this.
Yeah, never like that. Or always like this, always like that. I think that's
always like this.
Always like this, always like that. Yeah. All right. Well, please do us a favor. Please follow us on our social medias account. I did tell you at the beginning of the show, but I'll tell you now again. Follow us on Twitter at GameFixShow. Also, check out our website, gamefix.ning.com. We are posting articles all the time. It's you, me, Link, and James. New stuff's going up every day. Please go there and check it out. And comment, please. If you go onto our website and you want to comment on anything we have, all you need to do is log onto the website. It's free. No strings attached. We're not going to send you any
D-pics.
Bullshit. That's really yeah. We're not doing that. But we do want you kind of like in on it. So we want this community to kind of grow. And so if you like something or if you don't like something that we posted, we want to see that too because we want to argue with you on the website.
I want someone to hate me. Come hate me.
To
I invite
what
you to hate me.
Oh, hate you.
Hate me today.
I got that.
Yeah, you hate me.
I got that. No problem. All All right. Well, that wraps her up. Brucey B, what you got?
Goodbye. Have a nice day. Peace.
See ya.
I love you.
Adios, turd nuggets.